Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter in Aries. So this is the planet of expansion, and what I mean by expansion is expansion through experience, right? So we take Netflix for example. You like Mars is what makes you like go out and like pick a show, right? You're like, oh, okay, cool. I want to watch Sex Education, or I want to watch freaking Disenchantment, or some shit like that. Like maybe just picking the show would be like a Mars situation, but when we jump into Jupiter, it's like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna jump through this whole freaking gauntlet and just like watch the entire series. Say if you like you're really athletic and you like Ninja Warrior or some shit, like if you just like see the show and you're just like, jumping spider Mount Midoriyama, you go crazy, right? The freaking Jupiter aspect of it was just like dropping everything and just like making that your new hobby, and what you do after work, what you do like, freaking what you're watching during work, and just you're just jumping all the way into that experience. You're freaking, you got the salmon ladder down, you're going like, pull up this, pull up that, pull up this, pull up that, and you just like totally just jump into the space. That's a freaking like that's a Jupiter situation, where you just love it and you just freaking go balls to the wall with it until you can't anymore. You just like expand into the newest possibilities. You have all these new experiences. It's really just like, expansion is usually defined as like something that's like pretty extreme in nature, because if it's not extreme and it doesn't like shock you in a way, then like how is it new? And if it's not like exciting and like it doesn't feel new like that, then how is it interesting? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of shit like that. But when we have it in Aries, this is oh my god, this is this is it's like it's good and bad, man. Like because you're gonna be learning new things and hopping into new experiences like a motherfucker, but at the same time, Aries is kind of like, it's the first of the zodiac, so it has nothing really to bounce off of, so it just has all the confidence in the world, and it's just sort of going for it. And this is just, oh my god, it's Jupiter is that friend of Aries that's like, like it's cool, they're great friends, they like each other, but they just should not get together. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jupiter and Aries strikes me, at least. I mean, you may differ and you may have to moderate yourself, and you may have other alignments that balance that out and shit, but like, whew, expanding plus the freaking only child, oldest sibling of the freaking zodiac that's like just will bash through anything and sort of like accepts the fact that like pain is normal to some extent, because it's just like, well, I gotta try, somebody's gotta do it, like freaking and Aries is like the and Aries is that freaking sign that wants to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you start a freaking fight at school and there's a rumble and there's an entire circle of it. Like shit. Like a Jupiter and Aries person is just gonna be like, oh my god, this looks so cool, and they'll just jump into the situation and start punching everybody, and then they're getting their ass beat. That's I mean that's the downside to it. But it's kind of when you're a Jupiter, if you're a Jupiter and Aries person, it's kind of hard for you to, let me put it to you this way. A group of like at least a group of people on Tinder, like some people like say like, oh, I like going on adventures, right? A Jupiter and Aries person is dead fucking serious when they say that let's go on an adventure, and it may be, it's definitely going to be an adventure that'll make you say quit while you're ahead. That's just like, it's just fuck, man. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys did this when you were kids, but like, there's like a couple, like, there's like a lot of drainage pipes in like my town at least, and like they love to like go explore, and like it's cool to have, and like it's cool to go see all that stuff. A freaking Jupiter and Aries person would make that their choice of adventure and say, fuck it, let's just throw a Halloween party in this because we can. And it's just like, you don't know what freaking homeless people live in that freaking, like drainage pipe. Like, I know it's a drainage pipe, but it doesn't, when it's not the rainy season, like, who gives a fuck? Just live in there, It's like the freaking, a Jupiter area, where there's like sketchy ass tunnels, the tunnels under freaking, I mean, there's probably tunnels everywhere. I mean, if you've seen the movie As Above, So Below, the tunnels under France, don't go in there. But like, let's take the ones in Vegas, for example, and how there's all these hermits, and it's like the freaking cistern and like in Riften and freaking from Skyrim, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you don't know what's living in there, and it's just like, you're not the freaking Dragonborn, you can't just kill everybody in there. There's so many people. Oh, drug addicts hiding from debt, you don't even know what's going on out there. A Jupiter and Aries person would be like, fuck it, I like Halloween, let's go in here right now. And it's just like, bro, we don't want to do all that. But, with that aside, talking about, I guess that's like, I mean, it's whether this is a positive or negative trait is kind of in the eye of the beholder, man. If you just like excitement and you're like freaking like, Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde, and you just want to go have a good time, like fuck it, Jupiter Aries person is great for you. But if you don't want to risk, if you're, sold on safety, and we'll put it to you that way, like a Jupiter and Aries person may not be for you. And I'm not saying they necessarily will expand into situations like that, but that's like don't take the shape and form, like just use that as an example, but understand like the energy behind it. It's kind of like they're just like, fuck it, let me just hop into this situation, like with like complete, I don't want to say disregard for everything, but like they're sort of getting caught up, like they may like be like, and like they may be like, accommodating to people's emotions, like thoughts and feelings and like the experience of others, but like, if their Jupiter starts tingling too much and they're just like, oh my god, this is so awesome, like they're just gonna hop into it like no tomorrow, with like, because it's just like, this it's like a lust is more powerful than love type of situation. And that's just sort of what it is. A good part to this is like if you happen to find some form of like study or interest like jointly with this person, they'll ride with you to it till there's like no tomorrow and have all the excitement and hype it up. Be like, yeah, let's get into these new situations. Yeah, let's get into these new situations. Like that's the good side to it. They'll just get after it and just with complete, just an utter excitement, just like they're the freaking sun, just like vibrating, just going crazy, shooting their light. Everybody's gonna see them enjoy this situation, and that's like a good thing, because you can. I mean, it can be a good thing because they may get a lot of people hype on some new type of hobby. There's just like, say, man, you want this freaking cabinets in your house. I just got hype on this new freaking style, like this old, I guess it's new to you, but not old, but it's old in like reference, the freaking like Japanese style of woodworking where they don't even use nails, and it's just like you carve your own thing. It lasts forever. You've seen all these pagodas hanging around, all these gates hanging around for like almost 1,000 years now. Like, it's some good shit. A Jupiter and Aries person, like, just by being around people working on this in their little workbench, people calling them up, being like, "Yo, Jupiter Aries person, da 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 da, let's go out and party, man." And he's just like, "Nah, man, I'm working on my birdhouse." Yeah, he'll just be working on his birdhouse in his little shed right there, and it's just like, "Damn, you could do this without nails. You didn't even buy any nails." And he's like, "Yeah, man, save a bunch on freaking on cost. I mean, I know it's a birdhouse and you don't need that many screws or nails for it, but still, it's cool." It's just like, yeah, how you do this, and just people be coming up to them just so amazed by it, and they'll just start making their own birdhouses too, and the next thing you know, you're in a full freaking apartment complex with these like beautifully crafted, maybe it's not for some, people without, freaking like micro movement and like little intricate, like, what's the word, like finicky kind of like just like watchmaker skills, that like small stroke without your hand shaking, all the steady hand stuff. Like he may just get people hype into that off the strength of them just doing it and being like, they may not be good at it at first. They may freaking get a couple splinters in here because how the Aries get, but like they'll get people hype on it, and that's the good part. You just gotta watch what you're expanding into, man, because expansion has by nature just deals with like to the extreme, and like if it's an extreme situation that's like high risk high reward, but like for the freaking any alignment with an Aries, they're gonna go for a balls to the wall regardless and keep going toward it as long as they have the hype. And with that being like a 50-50 kind of ratio of just hopping into this situation, it's just like, I don't know if I want to go in certain situations with him. Like, I would definitely not learn how to go climb a mountain with a freaking Jupiter and Aries person. Like, that would just be like, they're gonna push it, be like, oh, we don't need this protection even though there's loose rock, whatever. Like they might go for it like that, and it's just like efficiency, and it's just like, man, it wouldn't be like efficiency in their mind. It comes from more of a place of being impatient, but it's just like they sometimes when they really tingle that Jupiter and they're really excited about a new thing and they just want to go everything about it. It's just like you gotta watch them, man, because like they'll go a little too far with it, they'll get so much freaking excitement. It's just like pardon me repeating myself, but it's kind of it's important, man. Like, you don't want to push it like that. But yeah, anyways, that's Jupiter and Aries for you. They're great if you keep them on track and you want to learn a new subject or just get into a new hobby with them. They're great for that. But watch out, man, because they're not going to know exactly when to quit. And like I said, man, Jupiter is kind of synonymous with extreme because you can't expand in new situations if you don't feel that excitement or at least little jitters to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyways, that's Jupiter and Aries, man. To run down the freaking technicals so you guys can do this for yourself. Jupiter is the planet of expansion through experience. It's any freaking situation that's just new to you, and you just want to go all the way through it and follow that hobby to the end of the earth, just being like, see what'll happen because you're just naturally interested in it. Aries is, it was born from the first house. It's the I am. It's the freaking it's the ram. That's what it's symbolized as. It's exalted in the sun, ruled by Mars. It's away in Venus, and it falls in Saturn. Saturn's the planet of boundaries, restrictions, limits, structure. Venus is the planet of love, appreciation, values, and relating to others. Mars is the planet of like passion, willpower, any aggression, any emotion that you feel that actually gets you to carry out the action. And then the sun is, it's your expression. It's like how you act along with what you consciously see from the world. So it's just like I'm about to get into. Yeah, I don't want. I'll do another video on that, but yeah, I mean that's what it is, man. Jupiter and Aries. Let me know what you think. Peace.